How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 20 video. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a League 1 Team of the Season prediction. The league is going to be coming out on Friday, the upcoming Friday. So it should be a lot of fun. I think there's going to be a lot more demand for these cards than there is for Serie A. So for the predictions, we'll go through each of the cards. I'll kind of explain why I chose them to get in. Leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy, and drop a comment if you think I missed out on somebody. Let's get into it. The first one, who's obviously on the screen right now, is Abdel Hamid. He's a center back this year. He had 3 goals from center back 2, and he played, pretty solid all year round. A much deserved spot for him, I think. Next up, we have Mavi, the left back here. He had a goal and an assist this season, which, he played very well at left back. He had very good defensive stats, a very good match rating, and a much deserved team of the season card for him. Next up, we have Axel here. Axel had, again, a goal and an assist from right back, though. But he's a card that, a lot of people started to notice, especially when he got a few different special cards this year in FIFA. So I think he's going to get a nice team of the season boost. Next up, we have Burnout here, the left back, another one. With 4 assists this season, I think he's going to also get in. We're going to probably have 2 left backs in this team this season, I think. But again, both probably deserve it. Next up, we have Buanga here. Left mid who had 10 goals and 4 assists. I think he's going to probably slide in. Maybe he's an objective card. Maybe he's an SBC card. I'm not too sure on that. Next up, we have Court. And Court, who he had a very good season at right mid with 3 goals and 7 assists. He played very well. He had a very high average match rating too this season. He played decent, and he does deserve a spot in the team this season. Whether or not he's in the main team, obviously it's up to EA. But I think we're going to see some of these lower cards get in team of the season as well, with some, fairly decent SPCs. Next up, in our first big one, Di Maria. He had 8 goals and 14 assists. I don't really know exactly what positional play, because he literally played anywhere across like the front 3 for PSG this year. So he could be a left winger, he could be a right winger, he could be a cam. It's really up to what EA decided to do. I think he's going to get either a left mid or cam position. But again, he could get, a right wing too. It's very close, and it will be tough to kind of predict what he's going to get. Next up, we have Diallo here. And Diallo is one that I kind of put on the edge to get in, because we do have a lot of forwards in this team this season. But with 12 goals and 3 assists, maybe he gets in as an objective or an SBC. And the same thing goes for Dolberg here. Dolberg had 11 goals and 3 assists. They both had very good seasons. Again, it's just so they can get into the team. Again, I think maybe one of them will be an objective or an SBC, or maybe even like a league SBC card for team of the season. Next up, we have Galavan here, and Galavan had 3 goals and 4 assists. He's going to be getting that center mid card, and I think he does deserve it. He didn't, really get big stats, but he played very well all season round. He's very solid, and I think he's going to get into the team. And same thing with Gay here. He has played super good. Again, he doesn't get a lot of stats. He has 1 goal and 2 assists, but again, a very solid, and I think he's going to have a really sick CDM card. Again, it's really down to if how EA are going to choose his team, but I do think he slides in. Next up, we have Kamara here. And Kamara is one I'm on the edge about for position. He played center back and he played center mid this season. He played them pretty equally. But he had a goal and 2 assists, according to who scored. And, he played very solid. I think he's going to slide into the team. EA have shown that they like to use some of these younger cards on team of the season. Hence, we saw, Haaland get in and all that good stuff. Next up, we have our first goalkeeper, and that's going to be Lecomte. He had 91 saves this season for Monaco. Very good season for them, and I think he's going to definitely deserve a spot in this team. And next up, we have Marquinhos here. Marquinhos is going to get a pretty big card. He had 3 goals and 1 assist. When I was looking over Marquinhos' his stats, he actually played a lot of positions at center mid too for PSG, according to who scored. But I think he's going to get a center back card, and I think he's going to be a really sick center back. Next up, a card that everyone's going to fear in Weekend League. It's Killian. And he had a monster season, 18 goals, 5 assists. I think he's going to get, a 99 card. And I think it's going to be a card that no one wants to play against, but everybody wants. And next up, we're going to get probably a guy who's going to be in your red picks, Killian Navas. Killian Navas had a very solid season. I mean, when PSG finished first with, however many goals they conceded, as as little goals as they conceded. Killian Navas, you know, he had a good season. I think he's going to get in no matter what, just because EA do like this man. And he had a few informs too, so he's on EA's radar. Next up, we have Neymar. I think Neymar gets in at 99 rated too. Again, another card that is going to be just hell to play against in the weekend league. But he had a good season, 13 goals and 6 assists. Obviously, he didn't play the entire season. I think it was this season he got hurt. But nonetheless, he's going to get in. I think he's going to get in as a cam. He played that position a lot too. So we're going to see a nice cam Neymar. Next up, Niang here. And Niang was one that, again, I was on the edge. But I felt like I needed to include him with 10 goals. Again, maybe he doesn't get in. Maybe he does. It's EA's decision, obviously. And next up, we have our future star objective this year. With 13 goals and 4 assists, he will slide in at striker for sure. And that's why, you know, I included a few of the other strikers just to maybe get in, but there's just so many strikers that are going to be in this team. It's going to be interesting to see. Next up, we have Payet here, and I actually messed up Payet's position. I think he's going to get a left winger card. He played on the left side all season, so just ignore the fact that it says Cam on his card. I think he gets in. He had 9 goals and 4 assists at left wing this season, so very good. Next up, we have the supposed to be golden boy, but we have Renato Sanchez. You know, he's been doing well this season, obviously, for Lille. He had 3 goals and 1 assist this season, so it wasn't terrible. But, you know, at center mid, he did what he needed to do, and I think he's going to slide into the team. Next up, we have Savenir here. Again, another CDM with 6 goals and 2 assists this season. I think, you know, he has an edge in, you know, playing very solid defensively, as well as, you know, turning it into offense with 6 goals and 2 assists. Especially as a CDM card, we might see him get in. Next up, we have Thiago Silva. I think Thiago Silva will be an SBC, but I'm not sure if he gets in because him and Kimpembe, they literally were identical this season. I think it's either going to be one or the other. I have a feeling EA will probably go with Thiago Silva because, you know, over the past years, they always go with Thiago Silva this, Thiago Silva that. So I think maybe Thiago Silva will slide in. Again, it's another close one to call. Next up, we have a guy who will definitely get in, and that's Slimani. Slimani had a really good season at 9 goals and 7 assists. Again, another striker. I'm not sure how many of these strikers are going to get in, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have Verratti here. And Verratti's going to have a fairly decent card, I think, with 5 assists this season. You know, he played very well. He's always that PSG workman who just, you know, puts in the work. He doesn't really, you know, pad the stats too much, but again, much deserved spot for Verratti here. And finally, the guy no one wants to see in Weekend League, Ben Yedder. And Ben Yedder will get into 18 goals and 4 assists. This card is a card no one wants to play against. His other cards are already annoying as they are. So it'll be interesting to see exactly, you know, how these cards will play out in Game 2. Like I said, though, we did include a lot of strikers. I don't think all those strikers will get in Team of the Season, but I felt like I needed to include them just because, you know, they did have good seasons, so there's a chance. It's very close to pick a few of these cards. Let me know who you think's going to slide into Team of the Season. Let me know who you think maybe won't get into Team of the Season. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like on the video. If you guys are new, make sure you guys do subscribe. We got tons of Team of the Season content coming out. Thank you guys for watching.